Welcome to your exercise science pre-externship. In this course, we're going to go over the expectations of what is going to come next term and what we need to do to have a successful start to your externship. The whole purpose of an externship is to take your professionalism to a next level. So for some of you, this is your first attempt with hands-on skills in this field, but for many of you, this is your chance to take your new perspectives and new ideas and refined ideas that you have worked on over the course of your student career and either bring them to your current job or apply them to potentially a whole new job situation. The requirements of the externship are that it is 180 hours. The dates need to coincide with your HS 351 online course, which is typically taken in your last term of studies. This is because there are online assignments that go along with your on-site assignments. The online work doesn't take very much time in this course, roughly 20 to 30 minutes a week maximum. You want to utilize your skills that you've learned or refined in your student career, and your site supervisor has to have a related degree and 1 year of job experience or more, or significant experience on the job. Significant experience on the job depends on what kind of job we are talking about. So for example, you may say, I want to go into personal training and I know this great supervisor that it could be my mentor and I really know them pretty well. Their degree was in French though, but they've been working in the field for 15 years. That would be a very likely good candidate because they have significant on-the-job experience. However, you might say, I want to go into fitness brand management. And this person has only worked for this company for 1 year, but they have all this other management experience and they had branded their own clothing line, and there's just a lot of related experience coming into it, and that's probably okay too. We just want somebody that can give you feedback on your skills in the field and help you develop those to the next level that you're trying to get to, and maybe to a level you haven't even realized yet. One thing to note about externships is most of them are not paid. So if you're saying, well, I'm only going to accept a paid opportunity, those are very, very slim pickings and we may not be able to find you one of those. In this course, pre-externship, we have two main objectives, and that is to secure an externship within the next 5 weeks and to preview the HS 351 externship course expectations. We'll be spending more time on the second objective in weeks to come, but right now I really want to go over how to secure an externship. So you're probably in one of two categories. Either you're currently working in the field of exercise science or you are currently not working in the field of exercise science. If you are working in the field, you have two options. One is you can conduct an externship at your job site, and you could either choose to do that in your department and really bring some special projects to your site. It's a chance to show perhaps a supervisor that you've gained some skills and maybe you're looking for a promotion or maybe you're looking to create your own job situation within the job environment. So those are some common reasons that people would do an externship at their job site. Also, a lot of people go into a different department at their job site. So maybe you work in operations and you want to be in fitness training. So a lot of times we'll switch roles and work under a different site supervisor. Most of the time those are not paid. However, sometimes they are. It just depends on your agreement with your site. Also, you could, if you've been working in the field for a while, you can opt out of doing an externship. So if you wish to do that, you need to apply for a work equivalent, which could be an externship exemption. So if you're working in the field, two options: extern at the job site. If you are planning on doing that or would like to do that, make sure you email your instructor here at Globe and Minnesota School of Business. You need to email the name of your site and your site supervisor or proposed site supervisor. Make sure you ask this person if this would be okay first. And email some potential goals or expected duties that you might like to complete. If that looks good, then your instructor will meet with your site supervisor either by email or phone just to ensure that we are good to go. You can also apply for a work exemption credit. And if you are in that category, please email your instructor ASAP and obtain the application for work exemption. And we will send that through the process and hopefully get that approved. If you're not working in the field, you have an assignment in Unit 1, and that is you need to Think about your contacts, and we're going to classify those. So green contacts, that means I have already set up an externship. I already know what I want to do. I am ready to go. Maybe I work there, maybe I know somebody there, so I'm fairly certain that this is going to work out. Yellow contacts. These are in your personal or professional network. So for example, you might have done a job shadow with them, you might have done service learning with them, maybe you attended a workshop this person put on, maybe you work out there, maybe you have an acquaintance, so maybe your mother's brother's uncle owns a gym and you want to do your externship there. So those would all be fine. We'll classify those as yellows. And then red means maybe you moved to a different state. So maybe you job shadowed in Texas and now you live in Alabama. Or maybe you did your service learning in Mississippi and now you're stationed abroad in Germany. So red means I don't have a warm connection for some reason. And we need you to list out 10 places that are either near your home or work. And then just make sure if you're doing that, you're not in violation of any non-competes or non-solicitations. So if you work for a company right now that has a non-compete saying you can't work for another company within a 5-mile radius of our company, make sure that you are aware of those policies and do not violate those policies. So if you're currently not working in the field, greens, what you should do with those, you already know this person. So contact the site, communicate questions, needs, and results to your instructor. Bring your site supervisor agreement, which is your Unit 5 assignment in this course. Yellows, same thing. You already know these people. You've met them at least once before. Go ahead, contact the site, communicate your questions, needs, and results to your instructor, and bring your Unit 5 site supervisor agreement, because ideally you're going to get this signed, so they're going to agree to let you do your externship there. Reds, you guys are a little different. You need to update your resume and your interview skills. There are some instructions in the next couple units of this course. You need to submit your list of 10 possible contacts, which is your Unit 1 assignment. There's a worksheet you need to complete. And your instructor can help you get some cold calls going to hopefully have people review your resume and then hopefully get you some interviews. So if those interviews go well, hopefully you'll get an externship from those. Generally, it takes us about 10 contacts to get one secure site. Special note, if you are in the military, first of all, thank you for serving. Your base probably has some opportunities for you. And there's other military services, such as Wounded Warriors and many other things that I will admit I'm a civilian, so I can't get into these projects very easily. You guys have military email addresses, so usually you will need to reach out and make that initial contact to get one of those externship opportunities. Usually they don't have necessarily classified externship opportunities, but if you reach out to your base gym, PFTs, Wounded Warriors, they'll usually get back to you guys right away, and there's usually something that you can do. Call to action. This is for everybody. So what I need everyone to do and follow up to this lecture, there is a Unit 1 assignment. Everyone needs to complete the Unit 1 assignment. If you are green or yellow above, please go ahead, grab your Unit 5 site agreement and take it out to your site and see if you can get that secured. If you have questions, need help, let me know. And then if you're already working in the field, one of two things. If you want a work equivalent and you prefer not to do an externship, email me for the application. We'll get you set up to fill that out and hopefully get that approved. And if you want to do an externship at your work site, just email me the details of where you're going to do it, who you're going to work for, talk to that person first, and what you propose you do there. So thank you for listening to this pre-externship lecture 1, and let's get going on these calls to action, and let me know if you have questions as they arise. Thank you.